Hi, everybody. Welcome to Hangout and Art. This is a live stream with a live audience in chat. We just hang out. We work on art projects. We share ideas. Hopefully, we inspire each other. This is not a tutorial. We're not teaching anything, just kind of sharing. And there's plenty of tutorials out there if you're looking for lessons, but this is just kind of a fun place, hang out, discuss art, and whatever happens to come up. So welcome. Sorry I'm late. I had an appointment this morning, so I was running a little bit late, but I got here. So how's everybody today? Hey, Carla. Hi, Joy. Hi, Candy. Hi, Barbara. Also, I wanted to let everybody know, hey, Linda, I have sorted through all the tags for the tag swap. We ended up with about 30 people on the swap. I did get 20 of the tag, 2 of the groups with 10 each in the swap. Theirs got mailed out yesterday. I'm still waiting on 4 or 5 more tags, which I think are coming today. So those will get mailed out hopefully by the end of the week. And those are going out priority mail. So once I do mail them, you should get them in 2 days, 2 to 3 days. I think those may be running a day late sometimes. Also, if you haven't sent me postage or a stamped self-addressed envelope, it was $7.75. The tags, I know some of you were able to send yours in a small envelope. The tags ended up being all different sizes. Everybody probably ended up with more tags than they thought because some people really enjoyed making their tags, so they made more than enough for people in their group. So thank you to everyone who did that. All the tags were amazing. They were so fun. I've never been in a swap with that many awesome looking tags. So thank you everybody for participating, and I'd be happy to do it again, maybe in a few months, not right away, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, Jersey, $7.75. And that went out in a flat rate envelope, so I didn't have to weigh each individual thing. It ended up being kind of bulky, so I figured that was just probably the most economical and easiest way to do it. And I think you guys are going to love the tags when you get them. They're awesome. So yeah. So that's what's going on here. And again, sorry I'm late. My son had an appointment. He had a procedure this morning I had to take him to. We got there at 7. We were supposed to be done by 8:30, and I just got home now. So, but that's par, I think. So what's everybody doing? Anybody doing anything fun? What are you working on for any good fall projects? Anybody been out shopping? Hey, Juanita. Hi, Anne. Hi, Dar. Let me get my screen set up here. Has anybody gotten the new Art Journal magazine? I think Colleen picked hers up yesterday. I think Dee Dee showed a picture of hers. And there's some fun projects in here. I thought I might try a technique is in this one. I don't know if I'll do that exact technique, but something that looks similar. So we can do a flip through of that. Laura's working on her fall Halloween book. Oh, cool. I was going to do that too if we have time. I've got this is my Poe journal. It's actually my Poe October kind of creepy journal that I started working on last year. And I knew there was no way I was going to finish it because it was so thick. So I just kind of scooped everything up, put it in a basket, and now I've got it out for this year. And I've already started working on it. I got some new ATC coins I went to Open Studio with Ingrid. And so I started doing stuff in here. Going to add to what I already have. I've got a bunch of blank pages I can work on. Hey, Matt, how are you? Hi, Eileen. Oh, good. Anne's doing a Poe page for Mary's Hop. Yeah, there's going to be another hop a week from Friday, which it'll be half of the hop will be in the morning, the other half will be in the evening. So hopefully everybody will get a chance to watch. And the theme is Oktoberfest. So anything fall, October. And I ended up getting a Poe book last year. Like it's about 2 inches thick with all his stories. It talks about him. I also found some scary magazines at Michael's. So I'm looking forward to working in this. It should be fun. Hey, Joy. I think last year when I got this, some of the new Distress Oxide sprays came out because a lot of the backgrounds, like this is just Distress Oxides, whatever the black, I forget the color of the black. You can see all the little watermarks, oxide marks in there. But a lot of the pages, I use that for the background to test them out. This is a page I did a long time ago in a different journal with a napkin, and I just made a photocopy and pasted it in this journal. And then, oh, Eileen went in Poe's house in Philly. Oh, that if I go to Philly, I'd go there. I love that Edgar Allan Poe. So creepy and mysterious, but actually a really excellent writer when you start reading about his history. Thought this was kind of fun. So yeah, so this isn't your typical cutesy Halloween book, although I'll probably put some fun Halloween stuff in here. It's like Edgar Allan Poe, kind of dark, kind of creepy. Just stuff like these I had in my stash, pictures I found online. I ended up I got a couple film noir books that I ended up getting some really cool pictures to use in here last year. Here, this is just done on, this is some graph text. It's not acetate, it's kind of a rubbery paper, but you can see through it. I did some printing off on there. Some of the Tim Holtz wallpaper. I thought that was funny, the raven holding Poe in his hand. And these are just oxide sprays through a stencil I had. Thought that was kind of cool. There's Colleen. So again, I apologize for being late. I made it. Hey, Colleen.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I'm just flipping through my Poe journal from last year.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Okay, this was a bag I got from Amy in one of her packs that I got at the Defy auction. I thought it was cool, so I just stuck it in here with the tea stain or coffee stain guest check. So I'll add some more stuff. Again, another napkin. Let me put the screens. I'll do this. So yeah, so I still have lots of pages to work with. This is, again, some more of that graph text paper that it's almost like a paper you use when you sew. I forget what it's called, but it works really good with the sprays. So I did that. So it looks like kind of ghosty, his picture, and then underneath I just glued the picture underneath. And then I went through and I just found a bunch of Edgar Allan Poe quotes that I printed out and stuck in the book. So it's been fun. This I think we did on stream last year. This was kind of a fun one. Oh, this isn't. This was a card I got from a friend. She had done an ATC coin. I got that on Sunday. I think this is how the page was last year, and this wasn't intentional. This is just how the ink seeped through, and I think I'm going to add one of these little thingies here to kind of finish it. Some more Poe stuff. See, I just went through. I did some backgrounds, added some stuff as I went along, some stamps. Is there something? Yeah. Here's that with some some stuff over it to kind of make it age. Some more stamp, a card I got from a friend last year for Halloween. I'm going to try and insert this somehow. Do something with this. Let's see. That. I've got some stuff, more cards to put in, and then I gotten this from Xandra, so this kind of sits in the back. And then when I was at the Dollar Tree, and I've been back to the Dollar Tree, it has none of those book boxes. I know Azure, I said if I found some, I'd send them to you. There was none left to buy. But I did find this book called Read Me. I think I showed it to you a couple weeks ago, and I'm just going to use black gesso on the outside and just leave the Read Me because I thought that looked cool. I did what Robin McClendon does when she's doing an altered book. She glues two or three pages together. I just glued 2 pages together and then tore out 4 or 3 or 5 or something, and then 2. And then I just went through, glued 2 pages, tore some out. So far, I've just put the napkin in and then just kind of distressed this. So, hey, Kathy. Hi, Devin. So this is all ready to work in. So if I have time, hopefully today I can work on that. And then I think Colleen had gotten this yesterday, and there was a few techniques in here we thought we might try out. So what have you got, Colleen?
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Would that be fun? There was this one. Which one was it that we liked? It was
The tag one.
the tags that I think she did. They're distressed and grungy and just kind of fun. And I want to try and duplicate it with just some of my products I have, my distressed products, and we'll kind of go through and see what we can do.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too. I am too.
Yeah, she's going to tell us what to do. We want her to play along.
I know. Eileen's got the magazine and she's read up on it. So she's all ready to boss us around.
I can stream till 12:30 today. I got my hair appointment.
Okay, that sounds good. That gives us 2 hours. That gives us 2 hours.
Okay, so I'll save my haul for Friday so I don't eat up your entire stream.
Oh, thanks.
You had some scary magazines that you were going to show. We didn't get to show last week.
Okay, let me look for those.
Guys,
I brought all my scary stuff with me to Ingrid's.
Hey.
So let me look for the magazines.
One moment, please.
That's okay. And I know Colleen had done a cool technique with, I think, some material. I'll have to see what she did when she gets back. But yeah, I was just looking through Michael's and they had a couple scary magazines. And I grabbed those to use in my creepy books. So let me see if I can find them. Trying to bring everything. Put everything in here to take with me. There. Let's see. So I took them out at Ingrid's, and I'm sure I brought them back with me. I just need to figure out where I put them. Let me look. Hey, Peggy. Hi, Kimberly. Let me see.
Okay. Sorry about that interruption. I'm yelling at the dogs, and Tom's yelling at me to quiet the dogs.
Oh, is he working?
He's in a meeting. He must be like at a tense meeting. He's yelling at me to shut the dogs up. And then I'm like, the dogs are barking. I'm yelling at the dogs. He's yelling at me. And I'm like, oh, good Lord. But there's a man going door to door putting crap on people's door. And that's why they're barking.
Wow. That's a pain. Okay, well, here's the magazines I got. One is called World's Scariest Places.
Ooh.
And then the other one,
Hi, Janet. I liked your show yesterday.
hey, Janet. Oh, yeah, I did like your show yesterday. I like the houses that you made. I think I'm going to try that. I've got all those blank house pages. I'm going to try that technique on one of them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Is that a good idea? I'm looking for ideas. Hi, Cheryl. Okay. All right. So here's World's Scariest Places and Ghost Hunting. So I can do a quick flip.
You want to make you big and me small.
Yeah, just for this, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And this I'll go through kind of
Okay.
quick. But there's just some good, scary, creepy pictures in here.
Ooh.
Graveyard.
Oh, where'd you find this at?
Michael's.
Oh my God.
Michael's buy their craft magazines, like, where you get Art Journal and Magazine
Yeah.
and all those. It was there.
Wow. I don't know.
So they
how
kind of
I
stood
did that.
out.
Creepy.
Ooh, do the eyes of a baby mummy blink? Oh, I don't want to find out. Homes, Union Cemetery. Look at all this creepy goodness. Just cool pictures to use in your journals. Hanging coffins, Bachelor's Grove. Might be some spooky stories in here too.
Thanks, Eileen.
They call her the Madonna. Let's see this? See that kind of ghosty looking thing there?
Okay, so yes, yeah.
Let's see. They call, huh? Okay. Am I? Echoing?
Just a smidge, but not bad.
Okay, let me stand up. Is that better? Yes. All right, let me turn my sound down because it's kind of loud. Well done. There, that should be better. Okay, so here, who is she? They call her the Madonna of the Bachelor's Grove, the lady in white. This sad spirit wanders amid the tombstones, usually at night under a full moon, looking for her little sister's marker, which is missing. In her arms is a swaddled baby. She's the most famous specter of the cemetery and was purportedly captured on film in 1991 in this photo by paranormal researcher Jude Huff. So just creepy little scary stories and stuff in here. It's kind of fun.
You know the day of the magazine?
Let's see. It's Centennial Presents World's Scariest Places.
Okay.
And it's $12.99 updated special edition.
Okay, because they have it on Amazon. It's from 2017. That's what she was asking if you had a more updated one or not. Is what I was wondering.
Okay, I think this updated special edition display until 12/21/20.
Okay, that is the newest one. There you go. There's one on Amazon's 2017, but it looks the same.
Okay, so similar. So maybe there's it's mostly the same, but then they just added some more stuff to
Yeah.
it. So yeah, it's just full of really fun, creepy pictures to use in your journals. Ooh, I think those are animals. Ooh, this always scares me, institutional horrors. There's an old insane asylum that they're tearing down. I should go take pictures of it, but it's been vacant for the whole time we've lived here. And it's just really creepy looking. So yeah, so here's more creepy, scary stuff. Rooms with a boo.
That looks like the Abandoned Places book.
It does. This would be a good reverse collage.
It would.
That's cool. Just the way the light comes down and everything. That would be fun. There's some old castles.
I only found a new one, but she's
I know.
good.
Oh, good. Ooh, the White House. Yes, that can be a scary place. Chateau Miranda. Look at this. Just how ornate and everything. Kipling Hall. Tower of London. I've been to the Tower of London. That's pretty creepy. Just with all the torture stuff and everything, but it's a cool place to look at. Murder houses. Lizzie Borden's house. Oh, wow. So, Manson house. Yeah, so if you're into creepy, scary stuff, this is kind of fun. Haunted Hollywood. Okay, here's this movie. Oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But this movie, The Blair Witch Project, my daughter watched this. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just saw the end, and just the very end of it creeped me out. It was kind of weird.
Tom said that I think Tom was, he was disappointed when that happened.
Oh, The Blair Witch Project?
Yeah, I think he was disappointed with the movie.
Was he? I wasn't, like, my daughter was in 8th grade, so it was like, it was a big scary thing to watch. But I remember seeing the end, and just the end, like, it just creeped me out. I never wanted to watch the whole movie. But at the time, we lived in London, and we backed up to, like, a Boy Scout camp. So it was, like, all woodsy and everything back there. So my daughter and her friends would, like, go back with their video camera and, like, pretend they were in the Blair Witch Project or something. I don't know.
Mama said she went to Tower of London and she skipped down the second part because it's too scary for her.
It's pretty creepy. Who was that?
Devin.
Oh, no.
Bill and Janet, too.
It is creepy when you see all the things in the dungeon and oh, I love that this was a good movie, The Shining. That was creepy. Ghosts of Broadway. The Bad Outdoors. So there's lots of cool pictures in here. And I think it'll be interesting to read. It reminds me of when I was a kid and I, used to sit around and tell ghost stories at slumber parties and stuff like that. Okay, I need to send a copy of this to Brooke. Here's a bunch of creepy babies.
You do.
Isn't that funny? Hey, Tracy.
Oh my God.
I know. It's called Island of the Dolls. Thousands of dolls hung by an obsessed man terrify visitors.
Oh my God.
Witnesses say the eerie dolls come alive at night.
Oh dear God.
Oh, that is creepy. 2-hour boat ride south of Mexico City through the lily pad covered canals takes the visitors to a place where the dolls are so scary Chucky would run screaming. Remember Chucky? I hated that doll. He's like an obnoxious, scary doll.
God, what's wrong with you all? Yeah, I think this is too creepy for me.
Dolls freak me out. Okay, we'll turn the page.
No, I meant the magazine in general. Yeah, I don't like horror shows.
Eileen ordered both of them.
Yeah, and the other weird funeral stuff from Sharon. I mean, Eileen, there's a lot to you we don't know.
Suicide Forest. Oh, God, this all looks creepy. Ew. Patrols began in 2009 looking for people at risk, often St. Patrick's Purgatory. Haunted fishing spots. Red River, Tennessee. Okay, it says it's a great place to fish if you don't mind the witch. Ghost towns. Pripyat in Ukraine. Just like the doll's head sticking out of the chair.
Oh,
It's like an old
Oh,
amusement park.
Carl.
Those are like bumper cars.
she said she saw the documentary on the doll island.
Oh, who did?
Carla.
Did you? How was it creepy? I'll have to look that up. Hey, Gilly. Oh, wow. Focus on the October 1st and then settle in when Bitcoin. Okay. Dudley Town, Centralia. Grossinger's Resort. Body. Old Mining Town, Famagusta. Seattle Underground.
Yeah, she said it was very creepy, the documentary.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some of those documents are kind of yucky, but good pictures. And then here's this one, just ghost hunting, true tales of the paranormal, world's spookiest places. The Spirit Squad. So cool. Oh, cool. That's a cool picture. So yeah, there's some good artsy pictures in here. Let's see. Dylan, I'm planning on doing a Halloween journal this year, but it will definitely not be this scary. Helen.
7. I need PG-13.
Ooh. I hope Dorothy's not watching. That is scary. The dolls with no eyes.
You could totally just use that magazine and alter the magazine.
This would be a good altered magazine.
Yeah, you could use glue and
Look at these are great pictures.
and yeah, as I said, you could actually just use the magazine.
That would be fun. Loch Ness, Nessie. So fun. It's cool. So check out Michael's in their magazine section, and that's where I found these. Yeah. And they caught my eye because they were the only scary magazines in there.
Yeah, that's true. I probably looked the other way. That makes sense. I probably was like, yeah.
Well, because everything had all pretty colors, and then these were the only 2 black and white magazines. So they did kind of pop out. Let's see, Plantation Village in Hawaii. Organizing your ghost hunt. They do tours. I don't know. They must have them in Detroit, but I know like in Chicago, you can go on a tour bus and visit all like the haunted places and stuff. That might be fun to do sometime. What are the top signs a place is haunted? The first sign that you might be at a haunted place comes from you. If your intuition is going off, pay attention to that. Many people will get a vibe as soon as they walk into a place. Oh, that's funny. We were actually, when my son was little, we were all out to dinner, like with the family. And we were at Lowry's in Chicago. And so we were just sitting there talking and we were, chatting with the waitress and stuff. And my son, who was like 3 or 4 at the time, out of the blue says, "Oh, is this place haunted?" Because the original Lowry's Steakhouse is like kind of like an old mansion in downtown Chicago. And she's like, "Oh, that's so weird because people say it's haunted, that they think they see a ghost sometimes that lives in the attic." So I thought that was kind of funny. Here he's like 4 years old asking if it's haunted. And then she says, "Oh, yeah, it might be." Okay. Let's see. Downside of group attention, the Mount Washington Hotel. Some places just look creepy when you enter them. The sanatorium, that just sounds creepy. Ugh. Mackinac Island. Ghosts are not the only paranormal activity that has been reported on this long-inhabited island. I've never been to Mackinac Island. It's in Upper Michigan.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, there's no. They don't allow any cars on the island. So like when you get, I don't know, like you cross the bridge and then you park your car, or you go on a ferry. I can't remember which. It's supposed to be really pretty. Some more fun pictures. Lizzie Borden's house. Stanley Hotel. Yeah, that's the one from The Shining, the one up in the mountains. So yeah. World's Scariest Places. That's kind of creepy. That's like a church with a bunch of skeletons. That's in the Czech Republic, is home to more than 40,000 skeletons, artistically yet gruesomely arranged to honor the dead. Yeah, I would say that's gruesome. Artistic but gruesome. Oh, that's cool. The Door to Hell. Turkmenistan, the flames escaping from the 230-foot Darvaza gas crater. Oh. Centralia, Pennsylvania.
Mackinac is gorgeous. She said you should try to go there. And it said, or Linda.
Oh, Linda, yeah. That's what everybody says. Like, you can take a horse and carriage ride. It's just like a fun place to go to. Taylor Glacier in Antarctica. Ugh. Here's more Island of the Dolls. They are creepy. I would not walk through there at night. Leap Castle. That's in Ireland. Belwich Cave, Ukraine. So yeah, so lots of creepy pictures. So yeah, check out Michael's if you're interested, or Eileen has the link online.
There you go. Everyone spooky. For you.
Okay, let's see what Colleen's been up to. I want to see this.
I'm just cutting up the muslin and getting ready for the project.
Okay, but what was all that rusty muslin fabric-y stuff you had?
Okay, so I was playing, well, actually it was unintentional. So I was trying out the stuff with the paper post lady, and I had this down on the underneath, which, and then I liked how it looked. So then I just like smushed my pad down and wet it since it's oxides, and got this really, like, now my folder looks all rusty.
Oh, and that was just what you use for a mat on your table?
Yeah, because I cut out the back to try and put the fabric. She put fabric on a file folder and then ran it through the Sizzix. And then I had flipped this over to ink on, and then I got this really cool rusted effect. And all I had to use, I used a vintage photo distress oxide. And I guess because, also this is not gessoed, it's just a basic file folder. But look how cool and rusty this looks.
So that's just one ink pad? It's not two?
No, it's one.
Oh, I thought for sure that was like two different ones, but it comes out like
I think some it's pushed down. I push down harder, and some places I push down lighter. The darker places where I push down harder, and then the lighter is where I push down lighter. And I was trying this, which it worked out actually. So she basically figured out that she was running pieces of the file folder through with the fabric on top, and then I ran through with the leaf stencil or leaf texture dye, and then she showed it went through the fabric, but I didn't think it showed up that well. So then I just took this. It was like rubbing this over top, and then I was like, "Oh, that looks really cool." And then it just gave it a really rusty effect.
So that's material sewed or glued on the?
It just glued on
the file folder, and then you put it through the embossing machine.
Yes. And then
put the ink pad over it.
and then I took a black archival and just real lightly went over it just to kind of darken the edges, and it did. And then that's how I got the black tips. And
Oh,
it
gorgeous.
turned out so freaking cool, right? Oxide,
like that.
Eileen, Distress Oxide, and then I said,
Vintage photo. I want to try something just with a piece of cardstock.
Oh, thank you, Janet. Yeah, I mean, it's totally neat. She loved it. It is, she had the fabric overhanging from one of her tags and realized that, then she realized, oh, that embossed as well. So then I did a barn. So then I decided to try rice paper. So then I'd use rice paper, do the embossing folder. But then I took the embossing folder and I rubbed the ink over the embossing folder, ran it through on the rice paper, and then sprayed it when it was done, and then inked and resprayed it, and that's how I got the rusty barn.
Oh, cool. Now, who were you originally watching? Who did the
I was watching the paper post, and
paper post?
the rice paper was my idea. So, because I was in that play mode.
Yeah.
And then I decided to try some rice paper through to see how that would go. So then I took my Barnes. I'll do this one to show you guys. And look how cool. And I'm going to put up close. It is truly.
And that's on the rice paper.
Rice paper.
Now, did you wet it or anything when you put the ink pad on?
Not until afterwards.
Okay, so you put the ink pad on and then wet it. So then that gave it that kind of runny.
Yeah. Hey, look
Okay.
how rusted that looks.
Yeah, Helen's going to post the link for the paper post you said?
Yeah, the paper post. And this was, I think, a couple since then. But this one caught my eye, and I was like, oh, but look at that. Look how rusted that looks.
That is so cool.
So the raised area totally got rusty. I was blown away how this ended up. So I ended up doing the fabric, but I actually like the rice paper better.
Yeah, they're both cool. I mean, they're both different.
Really, this would make a really fun tag. These would have been fun tags to make. But then she was like, realized that she could run this through without the paper and just the fabric. And when she was experimenting, and because I did the one, I tried it with her. This is the one with muslin. So this is how I was able to run the ink pad over it, because you can see,
Right.
see it. And then she figured out she could just run the fabric through without the paper, and it works.
Oh, that would be cool. And then I think who's done this? Eileen has suggested, I think it's been on other things. You actually put the ink pad on the embossing folder and then run it through, and it matches
that's what I
to
did
the fabric.
with these. Yeah, and that's what I
you
did
there.
and that's what I did with these.
Oh, look at those.
So this is embossed with the ink pad over it, and this was embossed without.
Without.
Yeah, so then I started experimenting on trying that, and look how cool that is. And depending on how much ink you use, or if you spray the embossing folder, which I did not, you can also probably spray the embossing folder to get even more ink. And then so I did that. I think the paper post, she did not ink her embossing folders. I did that because of stuff of Eileen telling us to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that was fun to try. I mean, it was just a matter of like, I was up to like 3:30 in the morning now. I mean,
Yeah, I knew. I woke up and here's all these posts from Colleen from the night before.
I couldn't stop. I could stop because here's like, I was first trying it. So here is the again, like the file folder with the fabric attached, and then I ran through the embossing folder, and then there it is on the fabric, which she was showing us. And then I tried it with the rice paper,
I love the rice paper.
And and there's the back. I love the rice paper ran through it.
That is so cool.
So I tried the rice paper because I was trying her technique, and then I was like, you know what? I bet rice paper is kind of like it's like a cotton like a fabric content.
Uh-huh.
So I thought it would probably then this should emboss really well, and it was the bomb when it's embossed.
I love that.
Man, this is so easy. Now it's all embossed and inked. You could leave it like it is, but it's really easy. Look how raised it is. Let me get up closer to the camera. See how raised up it is? This would be super easy to cut out.
Okay, so I have a question. Did you like mist the rice paper or the fabric at all before you ran it through the embosser?
No.
Okay.
So you could try that. I do too. I was just like, I was really excited about this, and just like I said, like you can see, like it really, really embossed the rice paper. It is truly 3D. So super easy to cut out. So there's the fabric version with a card. Here's the fabric version without using the folder. Fabric version without the folder and ink pad rubbed on it, and then with rice paper. I couldn't sleep. I laid awake till 4 in the morning. My brain was buzzing. I was like, I just couldn't stop thinking about like, I could do this, or I could do that. And I was up so damn late, and I laid there in bed, and I couldn't stop thinking about what other options. So then I originally had tried the barn through the fabric, and for some reason it didn't emboss well.
Did you put a file folder underneath it when you did that one?
I did not, and so
that's the difference, I bet.
But the leaves took well without it. But here's the interesting thing that happened. It was, I would say, it was okay. And so I was trying for the red barn. Well, then I was went on working on other stuff.
Uh-huh.
And this is with the regular Tim Holtz distress pad, not the oxide. So then it got wet. Because I was doing other stuff. And that's how this happened. So then it got wet. And then I was like, oh, I like it better now it's wet.
Me too.
Now it looks all watercolor, not perfect. So that was cool. So this just inadvertently got wet on my desk. And then that's how all the kind of wetting it and all that came about, was because this was laying off to the side, got wet, and then basically caused, this to happen. And I think if you wanted to make some sort of a barn like this one, like a barn quilt, you can make a bunch of these little squares and sew them together, make a little barn quilt.
Oh, that would be cool. And plus, you used all Distress Oxide ink?
This was not.
Oh, that wasn't.
Because I don't have that many Distress. I have all the Distress Oxide inks, but not all the Distress Oxide pads.
Pads, okay.
So this was a regular one. But like when it got wet, I was like, oh, that's so cool. Too many Dr. Peppers. No, I was just high on because of how cool this is turning out. And I was not expecting everything to turn out this fun. See, this one I did, and see that this one was kind of a dud. I mean, it just kind of ran. It looks cool. Like the oxides work really well on the fabric. Don't get me wrong. It stains the muslin quite nice, but I didn't get the effect I wanted. So that then in return, so one thing led to another, as art kind of does, and then and that's when I was using this, and then just on my surface, and then I saw how cool it was looking, and I was like, and I was wetting it, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna maybe I could use this for my rusty barn door. So then I decided to just take my little rusty barn rice paper and then just make a cute little page in my little book thing. So it's kind of I bought this at Tractor Supply. So it lays nice and flat. It lays nice and flat. And anyway, so this is where I'm gonna. And this
Oh,
was
that could be your farm. Is that going to be one of your farm journals?
probably not. I think
Okay,
this
that's
is
just a play journal.
just a play journal with extra stuff laying around. Like this was like Thursday minute, and that was an extra doodad. This was just where I cut out the sunflower and I glued down. This is just extra stuff. This is paint I smeared on from a project. Oh, and I was trying some of that doodling, doodle borders from that new book.
Oh, I like those.
Yeah, it has some really cute doodle borders. So that's how that came about. So I'm gonna make the barn. I'll do the barn for you guys.
Brooke.
To see it.
Okay, Colleen, look at this.
Barn and a Tractor Supply book is perfect, right? Okay, what did you do there? Hi, Brooke. I got my Etsy order. Thank you so much.
Okay, so here's what I ended up with.
I did get a roll of rice paper on Amazon. It was all Kathy's idea.
Oh, the roll of the continuity rice paper. Yes.
Yeah, I was down and everything, and yeah, thanks, Julie. Yes, so y'all need a bolt of rice paper that kid. Remember, I bought it. And I'm like, what? And then Eileen was like, oh my gosh, and she's like, what the hell are you gonna do with all that? And I'm like, I don't know. So I've been using it here and there. And look,
Aren't you glad you have it?
yes, I don't.
And it's in the right, and it's different than the rice paper you get in the packages. It's like really absorbent.
It is, and that's what made it so cool. Hi, Kimberly. Sorry, I missed you coming in.
Oh, hold on, Brooke. I'll send you. I'll scan this and send it to you.
Okay, the creepy dolls. Yes, you got to get the. You need this, Brooke. It is freaking creepy.
You may have seen it though if you've been looking up creepy stuff. It's the Island of Dolls. Here's this.
Looking at creepy stuff.
Here's that. And then no, because I looked up creepy baby once and I found some really weird things. Actually. Fun, but pretty bizarre. Oh, here. There you go. Island of the Dolls. Have you ever heard of it?
I think, was it Carla?
Oh, here. This is the cover. World's Scariest Places. Haunted, Creepy, and Abandoned. And then this is Ghost Hunting, True Tales of the Paranormal. And I got these at Michael's.
And Eileen found it on Amazon.
Yeah, Eileen found it. Eileen has the link, so she'll put them again. But look at that. I thought of you right away, Brooke, when I saw this. Isn't that funny? Creepy baby heaven.
She said she never looked up creepy baby.
Oh, you never looked up creepy baby? Oh, you'll find lots of stuff. There's lots of stuff in there. I'm trying to think. There was something I can't remember, but I remember I looked up creepy baby, and I'm like, oh, it was kind of funny actually. Okay, so here's what I ended up with on just some rice paper that I got on Etsy from somewhere that's been dyed. But that looks kind of rusty. But what I did, I took a piece of cardstock. So it's kind of heavy. It's like 110-pound cardstock.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that rice paper.
Yeah, if not, I'll look it up after I do this. Eileen, cough up the link. All right, let's get this wrinkly. Or maybe wet it first.
Okay, I found it.
Oh, you found it? Okay, Colleen's got the rice paper link.
I'm on my iPad. I'm not sure how to share a link. Let me do it this way. I'll do it on my computer and then I'll send it to Twitter and then Eileen can share it.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Because I can't ever share crap on
All right, so I got my paper nice and crinkly. Started with my light. This is hickory smoke. Just rub that around the top. Kind of smushed it. Then a little bit of pumice stone. Walnut stain. And then top it off with vintage photo. And then let's spray it. Let me cut out some more of my paper.
All right. I put the link on Twitter for you to share, Eileen. Oh, okay. She put the magazine up. Okay.
We share the rice paper. It's huge. Well, I've actually used quite a bit, and I got
Have
a huge amount left.
I love it for jelly plating because it really picks up the paint.
I've used it on my desk to suck up extra stuff, like, sprays and stuff, and it turns out really cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so wet up this paper really good. Take your rice paper. This is some dyed rice paper, I think from Russia or somewhere. I got it on Etsy. And then just press it on top. And then lift it up. You got some cool stained papers.
It is. I put the link on Twitter for Eileen to grab and share. Yeah, it's a giant roll. It was like $23. It's huge. And I've had, gosh, how long have we had that? A year?
Yeah, it's been about a year.
There's still a ton left. You'll be using this for years, plural.
Yeah, because I think it was about 2 years ago when over 2 years ago now that I got into just researching different papers and kind of randomly ordering them. And just to find, I was looking to see how different papers worked. All right, let's do this here.
Yeah, I have some other rice paper that's but it falls apart, like disintegrates when it gets wet.
Mm-hmm.
Then Devin, to you, this doesn't fall apart when it gets wet, and I have some rice paper that literally falls apart when it gets wet. So you have to test it and see if that'll work.
Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run
all
this.
rice paper is the same, I should say.
Yeah, it's all different because some falls apart, some doesn't. Some has these little squiggly lines in it. Yeah. I am going to run this through my Big Shot to really get that ink into the rice paper. I'll be right back.
Okay.
It's both the same size there.
All right, this time I'll wet the folder.
Okay, you can, some does, Devin, and some doesn't stick. It just depends.
Okay, I just lightly sprayed the folder. I rubbed the vintage oxide over the folder. I have my rice paper.
Alexa, turn on the basement light.
Well, I just said it doesn't support that because I don't have one. Did you get the link, Eileen? Did you get the link from Twitter? I don't see it yet. For the paper, did I do it wrong? Eileen, she's off shopping. You know she's off shopping.
Is she? Of course she
She's
is.
probably off shopping. She's buying rice paper that she made fun of me for buying. Wah, wah. There's a honey. There's the link for the giant roll of rice paper if you're interested. Or put it in your cart. I like it. Okay, now this is with it sprayed going through. Okay, so we'll do one without it sprayed. And then you see the difference. Just inked and not sprayed. Because one cannot have too many barns, just saying. You don't need to do both sides. I think I just did both sides because I couldn't remember what I was supposed to do. So I just did both. So I didn't have to like figure it out.
Okay, so you do have to be careful when it's wet. Running it through the Big Shot because it kind of stuck a little bit, but then it flattened out the bottom sheet really nice.
Must be the paper you have because this one does fine.
Okay, so I kind of used I used the 110 cardstock that I get from Staples. Look at that. That looks like a rusty goodness.
I like the gray with it.
Yeah, because I used
So there it is without it sprayed. And this is with spraying it before when you put it through. And this is without putting it.
see,
Dry,
they're both
wet.
cool.
Yeah, dry version, wet version. So let's see.
Okay, so here's the colors I used. I just put down some pumice stone, hickory smoke, walnut stain, and vintage photo. And that kind of gave it a little bit more color. So that's cool. I like this.
Oh yeah.
And then here's the rice paper, which it was a little bit too wet, I guess, when I put it through. So some of it ripped, but it's still, I can still use it for collage. But these turned out really good. But I like that. I'm going to try it with regular copy paper that's not thick. This is almost, while it's wet, it feels kind of leathery almost because it's so thick. I'm going to try it with just a regular piece of copy paper and see how it goes. That is cool. I love that. Look at that in the corner there.
Yeah.
And I don't need my tetanus shot. I have to wear if my tetanus shot is up to date. But these are, I do like that. Let's try this one. And then I'll go get another sheet of paper. But I want to see this all dry. I'm using it's not here. All right, this might be a little loud, but it'll dry it faster.
All right. It's yellow right now. The camera is actually not.
That is so cool.
I'm going to flip it over. I think I ended up spraying both sides too, figuring it would seep through, if it did. Hold on.
I know. Same here, Judy. And I think it'd be fun to try echo dyeing, but I have all these stamps and products. I want to use them, and plus it takes less time.
Yeah.
And I'm all about the time. I don't have the patience. I think it would be fun to try. I'd like to see what kind of results I could get. breath. Okay, so there, that looks pretty cool. And it even looks more rusty in person. You can see it's more yellowy brown.
Devin.
Or if it's from the garbage, I'd worry about the germs. You've done echo dyeing, Janice. You like it? I love what it makes.
We love buying it, right?
Yeah, I end up buying it.
We love buying it.
We like buying it. I love how it looks, but if I could find something where that took less time, that was less of a process.
These are cut this up.
Well, here you go, Judy. I was thinking too, I should go outside and get some maple leaves. What if you just took some maple leaves, wet the paper, put some dye on the maple leaves, and then ran it through the Big Shot?
You're going to get an oozy mess like Kathy did.
No, I better. Oh no, not with the leaves. She had flowers. Those are more sappy.
I'm like, I already know that result. Kathy did that.
Oh yeah. All right. Let me do the paper, the thinner piece of paper.
That was messy. I tried a little bit of it. It was way too messy for my liking. I was like, nope, not
I
for
never
me.
did that one. I never got to do it. All right.
Yeah, you got to clean your Big Shot off afterwards.
No, it's like my jelly plate. I don't need to clean it.
Yeah, we're going on a field trip to Kathy's garden.
Isn't that? And the maples are starting to turn too.
You can take all your extra little scraps and save them. You might want to, or throw away, whatever floats your boat. But you could take these little strips and glue these down on little hodgepodge pieces. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, put them all in a basket or something.
But you can see how cool this looks. Now that it looks all, let me put on something behind it would be helpful probably. There. So now you can see how cool that effect is. The rice paper is the
I'm
bomb.
putting you big. Hold on. Look at that.
So depending on how wet you make it, how much ink you put on, it all varies. So this is one that was wet. I wet it with the rice paper, I ran it through. And this was the one, oops, it's still wet, hold on. I got a wet spot now, hold on. This one was the dry one. So like I said, I was just using the file folder underneath, and that's how I was getting this cool rusted.
And that's how you got that. That's awesome.
It was just surely because it was just I already had used it for this. It was just laying there. And I was like, oh, I should put something underneath here. And then boom, rusted file folder. So there's the one that was dry. And so you can see there's some variations. You see the light and the dark. Okay, so you get a little more of that. But when you look close up, there's where you get all the rusty. It's right around where it's embossed. Where it's embossed is where you get the rusty. Now, this is the one, see how it's got the light spots. So this one, I wet running through, and it did turn out more brown and more rusty. So probably better to wet it, I guess. So I think this one's more rusty. So I think wet your file, spray your file folder. I think this one turned out a little bit better. But there are some variations, so which is good because from a distance, that way, you know, it's not all one color. You want to have light and dark and
There's
I
even
love,
a little bit of blue, like that blue patina,
yeah,
you know,
look at
coppery
that.
patina in there.
Look at
Hey,
that
Gail.
happen. And I only use one color and that, yeah, so that's in there. But look at that. I love the doors. Look how rusty they look. Isn't that incredible? I am in love with this.
That is awesome, Colleen.
So there's here's a variation. So there is this one's redder, I think, and it's got like more variations. This is the one that was dry, ran through, and this is the one that was wet, ran through. So both look good, but there's a little variance of color because one was dry, one was wet. So,
All right, let's.
but I think you have more details on the one that was wet. Bye, Janet. See you later.
Bye, Janet.
So let's flip this over and just put some of the vintage photo on the fabric.
Okay, so if you don't want to use cardstock, just use some regular printing paper, regular copy paper that's thinner, and that works just as good too. And I just pick up the excess. Smushing the other paper on top kind of makes it, just gives it more of that rusty effect. And here, I want to dry this and wrinkle it again and then put some of this garden patina on there and see what happens.
Now this is the muslin ran through on top of a piece of file folder, and I just rubbed the ink over top of it. Let's dry it.
Now, is this what Sandra did the other day on her show? I only saw parts of it, where she crumpled up the paper and sprayed. No, she sprayed hers, right?
I don't think I saw that. So yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, here's one. Scary World's Scariest Places, Haunted, Creepy, Abandoned. It's by Centennial Presents. And then the other one is Ghost Hunting. The Tales of the Paranormal. I'll send you the links, or I'll snap a picture. All right. Let's see what happens.
All right, so this was the embossed one, and then I rubbed the ink over it, and I've been spraying it. So you can see you do lose a little bit of the embossing with the spray, but that's why I went back over it with the black. I'll show you. To where I lost some of the leaf definition, or maybe I basically probably got it too wet. Surprising, not surprising. So really it's a matter of how wet, you know, how wet you spray it with, how much ink you put on, how well it's embossed. There's just all those little factors where I don't know if it's going to come out looking the same each time or not.
Okay, when you use a thinner printing paper, it will go through to the other side. When you use a thicker cardstock, it doesn't, but it starts going through to the other side, which is fun if you're going to use it in a journal. Try just a couple of green. So here it is before I put water on it. That's actually kind of cool like that. Hey, Jeannie.
Hi, Jeannie. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you?
So I I did a layer on wet with the 4 Distress ink colors, let it dry, smushed it up again, and then I used the archival inks, some of the Wendy Vecchi colors, and I didn't put any water on this yet. So you don't need to. I kind of like that effect of how it looks. That is so cool, Colleen.
And after I added the black, like I lost some of, like I said, I lost some of the leaf definition. So I rub over with some black. You can see it again. Now let me go over. Let me find a red. Let me find a red ink pad.
This looks like it might be cool.
No, this is not. That was archival. It just rubbed over in black. All right, let me try it a second.
Oh, it's getting close, Jeannie. That's exciting.
What's DD stand for?
Dear daughter.
Oh, okay. Woohoo, that's exciting, Jeannie. Is this your first grandbaby? She have other grandbabies. I can't remember.
Okay, so this just kind of made all the ink run a tiny bit and made it just a little more rusty looking. So that's kind of cool too.
All right, so I'm going over this with some fire brick. Now this is not an oxide. This is his normal ink pads. I got I think I have all the ink pads that were not Distress. Amazing thing is they all still work.
I have ink pads that have been sitting there for 10 years maybe, or whenever they first came out, and they all work. And I don't buy the re-inkers. I should.
Now there's 3 grandbabies. And are your other 2 boys or girls, Jeannie? Just curious. You said it's going to be, a third one's going to be a girl, Gail. 4-year-old girl and a 2-year-old boy. So you already have 1 grandbaby of each. So what? And now you're going to have 2 girls and a boy. Oh, that's exciting.
Okay, so I even like the back of this one. Looks even rusty too. Here's the back.
That looks really rusty.
And then here's front. Cool.
Same family. Oh, okay, same daughter. This is the same daughter having the 3rd baby. Okay. Oh. So I used the oxide, sprayed it, the black, just black over it and dried it. And now I just used the red over it and dried it. And that's with no water. Only water I used was on the oxide. But look how you can see now reds and the browns and then the black, it gives it the edge. So now it looks really cool. So you could just edge this and make this a tag, just as it is.
Okay, so is that muslin on top of a file folder?
Yes.
Okay, that's really cool. And I like that not sprayed with water.
This was it was sprayed with water with the original coat. But then
Okay.
this is applied dry and this is applied dry.
Okay, cool.
And
I
then
like it.
yeah, so you can see the browns, the reds. It's just really cool. So let's do this on some fabric too. So let's see how that goes. Oh, wait. So this is the fabric without the embossing folder. So I'll show you. Let's see.
Here, I'm gonna put you back. And then I'm going to run out and get some leaves.
They're 15 minutes away. Oh, so watching them more often and can't get things done. They can get things done.
I wish I could do that.
That's exciting. Okay, so this is the vintage oxide. This is rubbed on there.
And it's dry. The material's dry, right?
Yeah, dry material and already embossed without the folder.
Okay.
Bring it through.
Is the embossing folder underneath? No,
Yeah,
it's just
no.
okay.
Yeah, I ran this through without, like she did, without paper, just fabric. It embosses the fabric.
See, I like how that looks too.
Yeah, it just said you have less. I mean, you have less of it showing. Like this is, obviously going to have a little more,
Right.
tooth or whatever. But if you want just the soft emboss,
see, I like how that looks too. I mean, I like both of them.
Yeah, so depending on what you're going for, perfection, or you want something that's like a little less than perfection. So, but look at just spraying the vintage photo on there. Look how rusty the fabric looks like. So cool. So I'm drying it, and you can start seeing some of the definition on a couple of the leaves now. And again, it's all going to vary depending on how wet you spray it, and how much you put on it. It all depends. But you can see some of it coming through now.
Oh, see, I like that subtle look. Now that looks like an echo print.
Exactly. And so you can use whatever vintage or whatever distress oxide you have. I just started grabbing the vintage photo because that's what she was using. And I was like, whoa, why have I not used this? This is fabulous. So then
Nadine said to try it on a tag.
Emboss just a cardstock and run it through. Well, we know that's going to work.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, here's like just rubbing some black over it. So now you get.
I love that.
And it kind of brings.
So soft.
Yeah, it brings it out a little bit, right? And once you dry it, it should stay archival. So then that helps bring some of it through. Then, so it's kind of nice, like you're using, and we all know that this is permanent, but we also know this is not permanent. So, but it's not gonna, what's the word?
Bleed all the way around.
Separate the pigments or whatever, like oxides do. But you can also, and then, adding that other color.
Look at that.
I don't know how much I like these or not, but okay, look, I think I like it better on the card. Hold on. But we can wet it too and see what happens.
Yeah, wet it and see to tone it. It's pretty.
The more layers you add, the more you're going to bring it out, right? So
yeah.
But you can also wet, because all his stuff is water soluble, right? So.
And then blot it with the paper.
That's what I was thinking. Actually.
Blot it with the rice paper.
I was thinking that too. Like, why? I can't waste this.
No.
You don't want to waste this goodness. Bought it. That was a good idea. See, then you got some fun.
Hey, Joan.
So that's a good idea. Now we're lifting some off. Now I like it better. So it just all depends on how it grabs. So now you can see close up, you can see.
Oh, look, I love that.
Yeah, I think this is neat. If you wanted this subtle background, I think this is neat. I'm going to dry this a moment. Let's see, we're soaked it up with the rice paper. So now we can run this through and emboss it. And it's already got some color on the paper. And then if we put color on the die besides what's on the paper, ooh, Oh, there's an idea. Spray your rice paper with color, then run it, use your embossing die, but ink your embossing die too with something that matches.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on. I'm like, I'm on to something.
Okay, I'm going to get leaves. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay. Let me find the embossing file or the embossing folder here. It got buried. It's around me somewhere. This is what I kept doing last time. What if and what if? And yeah, before you know it, it's 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, I need to go to bed. I don't want to go to bed. Okay, here's the barn. Here's the Cleveland. Where's that lay it at? It's in my table of mess behind me. Sorry, I got to search one moment, please. This is what happens when I got 15 projects going on behind me. I literally have piles of projects behind me. Without this table on what I would do. Thank you, Kimberly, for my happy mail too. I know she came in. I'm staring at it. So that's why I'm like, thank you for the happy mail. Look what she sent me. There's some napkins. Look how cute this bag is that she sent me. Rabbit trail. So you take the paper clip. She put the little she bent the little piece of fabric around or trim, and look at the cute little stitched, I don't know, thingamajigger, and then she stitched some fabric and a piece of paper across the top of the bag, then added a tag, and then the 31st for Halloween, and then look, she added one little random piece, but look how cute she made a Dollar Tree bag look. The girl's got talent. What can I say? She sent me one of these. It's gooey like the eyeballs in some of these, which I'll put in my fall journal. It's really cute. So this is an example of what you can do with fabric and paper. And I love this with the paper clip. I love that you hung it from the side. Sorry, I'm staying. I got sidetracked. I find my embossing folder. I was moving stuff around. My fan on my computer is really, really noisy. And Tom's going to clean it and see if he can fix it. And if not, he's going to get me a new fan for my computer. So he took off the side so it wouldn't overheat. It's like extreme. Okay, I can't find my I can't find my one with the leaves. Oh, it's just nuts. It's got to be laying here, and I can't find it. Oh, now I found it. Of course, now I find it. Okay, found it. I told you it was laying there somewhere. But let's do this one just because I went and over there and pulled it out. Let me get some butterflies. Let's get another color. Wasn't that cute, that bag? Isn't she clever? Kimberly is so clever, seriously. Okay, I'm going to wet the rice paper. Okay. Let's take, this is a butterfly one, so let's use, let's use a little bit of orange marmalade. Hopefully it's, I'm gonna mix these together. Hold on. Just do this over here. Because otherwise my pads are gonna be one zombie on the other. Of course, I don't know if I'm gonna worry that much about that, but okay. Let's wet the folder a little bit. Yeah, the wet, already stained paper, rice paper. Let's see. Smush. All right, let's run this through. I'm gonna do it on the floor, so I'll keep lifting up the Big Shot. Okay, ran it through the Big Shot. Oh, how cool is this? Look at this. OMG.
What's OMG?
Oh, so pretty.
What'd you do? Ooh.
I took the rice paper, I wet it. I put some marmalade and some pistachio on here and wet it, ran it through with the rice paper. Now I'm gonna wet it and then we're going to dry it. See, this is fun.
Oh, that is. Well, I hope I have some leaf embossing folders.
And it looks all crunchy, which is fun. It's a little crunchy, which is a really cool effect here. I'll show you. It's because of the fact that I think the one ink that I used was not, it's oxide, right? And then I'm putting an oxide on top of the non-oxide, and I think that's why it looks all bumpy.
Oh, that's cool.
Hold on. Come on, light.
There you go.
There. Look how bumpy it looks.
Oh, I love it.
So that's what happens when you mix a regular one with the oxide. It makes it bumpy. How cool is that? That was on it. Yeah, because there's a whole bunch of red right here. The fire brick. And
that's
then
really cool.
Oxide mixed with it and made it all bumpy. Oh, that's so neat.
Oh, I can't wait to glue these into my journal and do some pages.
Okay, now let's go with the vintage oxide on top of it. There's endless combinations when you start mixing your oxides and your non-oxides and color mixing. This is limitless of what you can come up with, really.
Oh, this is fun. Okay, so if I
do both sides, see which one I like better. Then, depending on how you do it in your book, you can do a tip in and see both sides are glued down. Hold on.
Okay, so I'm going to run leaves through here. What's the best paper? Just cardstock or regular paper or rice paper?
Rice paper, what else?
Cardstock, printer paper, or rice paper?
Try rice paper first.
Try the rice paper? Okay.
Yeah, since we're in a rice paper mode, let's try that.
Okay. So here's my roll of rice paper.
Do you think Talia would do a Halloween prompt game this year? I didn't know there was a Halloween prompt this year. Who's having the Halloween prompt?
Oh, because remember last year we did the Halloween prompts on bingo night.
We did? Oh my gosh, I didn't even remember.
I know. We should do a we could write down, get some prompts. Hey, if you guys wanna
Thank you for reminding me, Devin. I have no memory.
hey, you know what you guys can do? How about if the mods, Helen and Eileen and CB, who's ever here modding, if you guys want to give prompts in chat, and then they can write them down and send us a list, and I'll make some little prompt sticks out of them. How does that sound?
That sounds perfect.
Okay, so go ahead, go for it, you guys. Put in prompts, and our mods will get them all down.
So wet.
All right, so here's some rice paper.
Okay, also, I think I think Eileen told me to run a card through tag. You want me to she probably wants me to do the other technique, the I did with the inks and the other spray thing, the other rusting technique like I did on your tag. I bet that's why she wants me to do that.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
I'm trying to think of why she wants me to do that. Now I was just thinking that why wants me to show the one tag I did with the ink and the sprays and made it rusty is another option.
Okay.
Now, what I haven't tried is the alcohol inks on the rice paper. I'm afraid, I mean, it's going to soak through obviously, but I haven't actually tried that. I don't know if that would be good or not good.
All right, so I'm going to put ink on the leaves and then put them facing down on the rice paper. I'm going to try different inks and see which works better. Where's that vintage photo?
Nicola can do this.
What was that?
Could you use your pastels on these? Oh, I definitely would think you could rub the pastels over top of them. That's true because you have the texture. I'm going to show you guys close up. So this is like his, you can see the patina, the yellows, and now the dark brown is a vintage photo that's what gets it all rusty. It gives it that cool rusty effect. I love it. Okay, and then if you add the other colors, then you can, if you want some contrast, that is endless combinations. I will try the oil pastels is a good idea. Rub that over top. But once you do that, it has to be the last step because it'll be you can't put anything over top of that. Skeletons. Oh, she already has a Halloween list, and she's going to compare it to one she has. Oh, thanks, Helen. Well, look at her. She's so, ow.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
She might, I didn't even remember doing that last year. Jeez.
Yeah, just get some, see if there's any new ones people can come up with.
Okay, let's try oil pastel over that. And I got my gallery ones to try. That I got with Kathy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we buy these because she said, these are like obviously, a little firmer, right? But
yeah,
it's for lines and stuff, but it's more economical. So
yeah, I want to get those.
Okay, let's see. Let's do that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do today.
Sorry.
No, this is more fun. I like this. Because I wanted to do this technique with it's not flowers, it's just leaves, but see what happens. All right. All right, so I damped the paper, put the leaves with the ink side down. Let me add this under here to make it tighter. I'm gonna put a
I
piece.
will say, after you wet the rice paper, as much I have wet and wet and wet this rice paper, it is starting to pill a little bit, but that's because I've soaked this thing. So
Yeah,
I've soaked it multiple times.
yeah, it eventually will.
But considering how much I wet it, it's actually surprised me. It did not pill until now.
All right, let's see what happens.
It's really durable because I have wet and wet and wet. So now it's not as. Let's see if we can push some of that now.
Oops.
Whatever you name, I think Kathy has it in one of those creepy magazines.
I hope so.
You can't name something that's not in there.
Raven.
There you go. I like that. That works really nice. Just lightly rubbing the oil pastel over it. That works as well. And you can get it down into the nooks and crannies. So if you wanted to, you could go in and embellish it. Now we get the black over top. It's doing that. Now we could go maybe more like, is this close? Then if we wanted to, we could go fill in.
All right, this may have possibility.
Bits and pieces. I wanted to add top to it.
All right, let's see. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, you do have to be careful. I think there might be something sticky though on my plate.
Do you
Is
have
that sticking on the same spot?
Oh, you probably. Do you remember what you did last time you used it?
I don't know. Tags. Who knows what I did?
Don't do it again. That's what I was gonna say.
Keep the glue away from your.
Whatever.
clean it off.
We'll do that again.
Yeah, I'll clean.
That's
I'll
not-
clean it
that's
off
not
really good. It should be
you-
fine.
If you remember, just because of the.
Ooh, ooh. This is cool. Oops. Okay. All right, so this is, you get some leaves, and then you put some ink on your leaves. I misted
Ooh.
the rice paper and then ran it through the die cut.
I love it. Okay, you use ink on the leaves, spray
Yeah.
the leaves, put them
Now,
on.
I've used ink on the leaves, sprayed the paper, put
Okay.
the leaves face down on the paper,
Okay, the paper was wet. Okay.
and then ran it through the die cut machine, and
Voila! That is
Good job.
freaking awesome. Love it. You guys see that? If you're not looking, look. Oh my goodness.
all right, now I'm going to do the back of this.
That's
With
great.
the
Oh, look at that when you add just some ink to it. And it's not gross and messy. I'm sorry. Yours just grossed me out, Kathy. When it got on.
You didn't like all the sap oozing out?
Yeah, I don't like, lumpy liquids, and I don't like sappy Big Shot.
Okay, you don't like your Big Shot to get sap on it. Is that what you're saying?
Add that to my list. It grosses me out.
All right, let's do this again. All right. I'm trying to remember.
Ew, vegetable soup, gross. Yeah, I don't like vegetables. I don't like liquid lumps. That's a double whammo. All right, that looks really cool. I like it. So if you can go through and you could elaborate with color, or you can just add the black. See the black over top, just to
Oh, here,
point
let's
it
get
out.
us both the same.
Or you can add some color back into it and it goes right over top of all that. So then you got different effects depending on what you want. That's cool. So let's see. There's a piece of, all right, let's see. 12 o'clock. We're probably not going to get to our project today, but because
No,
we're
but
now
this was
off,
fun.
we're off experimenting. So we'll be doing our project another day.
Yeah, we'll do it another day. It's in the Somerset magazine. And then you just play around and see which side you like better with the leaves. If you want the side that has more leafy or the side that's more veiny, you can decide. Here, I've got another.
Good.
Here's another big one.
Ooh, I actually kind of like that. I'll set it. Ooh, I'll set it in yellow. Make it look like a moon.
Oops, that's the stem. Okay, let's spritz this. Put the leaves down. All right. Oh, here's another leaf. Let's get some. Stuff on that.
Yeah, the oil pastels work great on the rice paper.
Oh, cool.
So that's another material you can use them on. So it does work quite nice.
Okay, good.
And that's with the stress sprays behind it. So you know you can use it blank. And then you can run it through your die cutter after you do this.
Yeah, I need to get some of those because I really don't want to like test stuff out like this
Exactly.
with Valley Days.
Exactly. I think it's a good idea. All right, so let's just put that little piece that we did just in here. We can put some peace signs on it.
Okay, here's the reveal. Yep. It worked.
Okay. Look at that. What a cool idea. I did get oil pastel on here, but it does work. Hold on. I was able to see, can you see the peace signs in my little circles?
Oh yeah.
So that, but I do have a messy folder. So if you don't want a messy folder, do it the other order. Do the embossing and then do the oil pastels.
All right, let me dry this.
Do as I say, not as I do. But at least this isn't gross and slimy. I love that, Kathy. I truly love that. That'd be so awesome for the fall, for autumn fall journal. That is fantastic. How cool is that, everyone? Is everyone running out to the yard getting leaves now? let's get a tag. It's really small. Is it too small for the project? I wonder what size tags they used. I didn't look at that. Okay, anyway. So, where's the fall leaves? Let's see. Buttons. Oh, here it is.
Okay, so here's this one. This is the wrinkled paper. This is the wrinkled printer paper. So here's one side that I just did with all the different inks in that. And then it kind of bled through to the other side. Remember, Colleen, the one that looked really rusty?
Yes.
Okay, then I just took the ink, rubbed it on the veiny side of the leaves, wet the paper,
Okay.
and then wet the paper, put the leaves down, and then ran it through the Big Shot.
You
And here's
just
what I got.
invented a new technique. Just saying.
It's just, printing leaf prints with ink prints with ink pads through the Big Shot.
I love it.
So there. I do too. I like how they turned out. Let's see how it works with the. Let's see how it works on top of the heavy cardstock.
All right, Eileen. I got the vintage photo. I put it on here with the tag, and there's my tag you want me to do. So there you go. So there's a tag with rubbing vintage photo on the folder, wetting the folder, and running that through. So there's my tag. How cool is that? It's really cool. And there's the back. So you could use the inverted or the other side. So it depends what you're looking for. So this what you call it? What would that be? I can't think of the right words. Like this, like one's like the mask side where it goes in between, right? And then that place, or this is the other side where this is dark, or you go this where this is dark. So it depends what side you like. But how cool is that? I can't think of the term, but you all know what I'm talking about.
Embossed and debossed.
Debossed, embossed. Thank you. Whatever it looks like, just think of the term. God. Durr. Okay. Dr. Pepper. I need more Dr. Pepper. I had to go outside and get some leaves.
Who said that, Anne?
Outside.
Yeah, go get some leaves.
So this way it's kind of cool because now if you sent this to someone, or like you were putting this in the pockets, or the pockets or the tags that we did for the swap, you could when someone pulls it out, both sides look good. How nifty is that? Okay. Yes, that's not a new discovery, but it was fun. I gotta compete with Kathy. She just discovered a new cool way to eco print and not have to make a mess. I love it. Love it.
Well, that doesn't take all days. I love
it. I'm stoked. I got like our trees are little, so I have little bitty leaves. So mine might be itty bitties, and then I'll go feed the ducks. I'll go gather leaves from other people's bigger maple trees. I'll go and gather more. Okay, so let's do one thing. So let's try. Where's the new spray?
All right,
You only have Florida leaves. Oh no.
What?
Florida. Ann lives in Florida. She only has Florida leaves. She doesn't have maple leaves.
Uh-oh. Well, any veiny leaf should work.
Now I have some leaf. I wonder. Okay, I'm gonna have to try this. I can't say I'll leave in 20 minutes, but here's a cool idea for people that don't have the like Ann live in Florida. Hold on, I got an idea. Hey, hold on, close the port. I did it at the fall of the port.
Okay, Kearhart's got an auction going on too that started at noon. Just so you guys know. Okay.
Okay. Now, this should work. Maybe. You won't get the veining, right? But this is an option. So this is well used, well loved. Sean Petit fall leaves. Okay. And
Oh yeah.
this is the stencil and it has a mask. Comes with the leaves. So you're not going to get the veining, obviously, but you could buy this and these are $10 and her shipping is always free on her website.
Oh, or go to Michael's and get fake leaves.
You could put these down. Well, I'm just saying that, well, that's true too. But you could put these down and spray these and do the same technique Kathy's doing
Yeah.
with these too.
Yes, you'd get the outline of the leaf.
So, or you could go buy some fake leaves at the Dollar Tree. That would be an option too. And do they have fall leaves at your Dollar Tree? You might be able to get a pack of leaves at the Dollar Tree for $1 and try it with that too. Again, like I don't know. I mean, that's like as close as you're going to get, but at least you'll have some like maple leaves. You know what I mean? So that's an idea too. So there's a stencil idea. You could go to Dollar Tree, get fake leaves. That you could do that if you don't have maple leaves in your neighborhood.
Okay, I say if you're trying this over stuff you've already distressed, use like one of the archival inks. I did use the distress ink here and it didn't really show
This
up.
is the size of our leaves
Oh no.
outside.
They are little babies.
Yeah, that's the mask, but that's as high as they are. Our baby trees.
Okay, use a color that's going to pop out. This one I used.
Put oil pastels on the veins for leaves and emboss it. You talking to me or Kathy?
You. I don't have my oils pastels out.
Timmy has leaf dyes. There you go.
Okay, so just make sure if you're doing it on top of something you've already distressed, use some kind of contrasting color so it kind of pops out so you can see that. It's still very cool looking, even though it's not. This one's more subtle.
Okay. Sorry, you don't have them out. I clearly wasn't thinking.
So I would do this on this side though, and they'll really turn out. Let's see if I can get some more out of these leaves. All right. I like this sepia, the Archivers Sienna. Seems to be working pretty good.
Probably more like that. I see what she's saying. I think I'm rubbing too hard, but yes. I'm rubbing too hard. There. So what do y'all think? Everybody leaving here. We're going out in the yard, grabbing stuff. Gonna do some embossing on and some rusty fabric and rusty tags and.
That's a good idea, Carla. She said use the leaves with the cut, that makes it look lacy, and have the cutouts that make it look lacy. That would also be cool.
Oh, we have those.
Yeah.
The stencil girls.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the stencil girl ones. We have those.
Forgot about that. Okay.
These were the prom. They were all like with holes and stuff.
All right. Remembered and missed it.
That's a great idea. Okay. This was part of a monthly kit they had. Yeah, see how they had
That's right. I forgot about those. That'll work.
Yeah, it came with this one and this one. So that's like more this, where you get the skeletal leaf. And then this one, the bigger one, is like skeletal, partly torn. Yeah, this one's a neat one from Stencil Girl.
Oh, and Anne has onion paper.
There, be better on that. Sorry.
Oh, and let's make sure you post pictures on that.
Oh, onion paper. I could do that. That's a great idea. I have the one from Johnny. I could do that.
Yeah, the onion skin.
Onion skin. That's a great idea. Yeah, because these are all these were Stencil Girl Club, and these came with it.
Hey, Anne, you'll have to come back on with us again and play.
On your way outside. She's on her way outside.
Yay!
So yeah, I'm gonna leave these out so I remember to play with them.
And what I do when I'm rolling this, I roll it through one way and then I go back the other way to make sure it gets pressed down really good.
Yeah, you could, if you take your time. I'm just doing it quickly, but you can see how you can just, like where we debossed it, or you can take your oil pastel and add your lines to it, veining to make it, if you want more realism.
I'm loving this.
I am too. I'm going to try this, and later on I get home, I'm going to try this after I get back from my hair appointment.
Okay, so here is...
I'm going to feed the ducks and steal leaves.
Okay, so this is on the cardstock that's a little bit heavier. So this is where I, crinkled it up, did the ink pads, and then spritzed it and put the paper down to blot it. And then it finally, after getting so wet, soaked through. So just a little bit of the ink came through. And then I used the Archivers ink on the back of the leaves, sprayed it, and look at.
Oh, and now it's permanent because you use the archival on top of the oxide. Again, that's kind of a neat technique to seal that in.
Okay. Rub, press sleeve with ink pad. Mist paper. Put leaves down on paper. Run through Big Shot. You got it, Anne. And try different kinds of inks to see which works better, because I used some of the Distress Oxides on the leaves, and I didn't show up, but it was also on top of Distress Oxide. I used the Archival ink on the leaves, and that seemed to...
Yeah, I think she used the plates.
I used 2 plates and then this little plastic thing. If you don't have plastic, just put a couple more pieces of paper on top of it, just so you get like a good press. So 2 plates and this if you have it. Otherwise, just stack up a couple more sheets of paper just to get it to press in good. But I am liking that. Well, I'd say this was a success.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh.
And the rice paper, I love it on the rice paper too.
This is fun. I loved it that you came up with that. This is neat. This is like you started a new thing. I've not seen anyone do this.
I I know, but it kind of evolved, Colleen, because you'd done the Rusty stuff. Then we saw the stuff in the magazine. Kathy had done the flowers before. Everything just kind of evolves from things that we see. It's kind of fun.
This is what happened to me at 3 a.m. because I was like, I was watching a paper post and watching how she did that. I was rewinding it and I see it again, and it's like, oh, maybe I'll try rice paper, and maybe I'll do this, and then I'm like, oh crap, I need to get to bed. It's like 4 with the bed.
I know this is why
it does evolve. That's why it's good to learn and experiment and stay open-minded to new things.
Yeah, this is why I go upstairs like at 9 o'clock and watch videos in bed, because if I'm down here, I'd end up being up all night. So this way, if I'm upstairs, I can't start anything, but I can get up and do it in the morning. Otherwise, I'd be up all night every night, every day.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Nothing. But I've got people around. I can't sleep all day. I got people around that are up early. I can't be sleeping in.
Tom knows not to bother me, so he knows that I went to bed probably 3 hours before he got up. So
I know. I mean, Doug too, but then I kind of feel bad if he's up working, and then I'm like,
I don't feel bad. I got up before him for 15, 20 years, and kids up for school. I woke him up.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I woke up my kids, and then I used to wake him up. And I did that for 15, 20 years. So I'm good with that, because I even was waking Katie up college.
Oh, thanks,
It was horrible. Kim was in high school. She's in college. She didn't want to get up. Yeah, I don't feel guilty. I was up at 5:30, and because I had to catch a bus so early at 6:30, and I was waking him up and them up. So yeah, I did my time.
Yeah. Oh, Anne has mulberry paper. That would be fun too, because then if there's like some pieces of flowers or leaves, that is. Now, what did you do, Colleen? That's the tag?
Yeah, so that's the tag Eileen told me to do. So
Okay,
then I did the oil pastel, like Kathy said, to do like some of the veining. And then I rubbed it with over top with the cracked pistachio. And then I just rubbed a little bit of marmalade here and there just so it wouldn't be so perfect.
Oh, I like that.
And look how that pops. That is, I mean, I didn't ink the edges. How cool is that? So that's with using that side. So then we will get a totally different effect. Whatever I rub on is going to go right onto the.
All right. That's really pretty. That almost has a bluish. There's blue in there too, isn't there?
Yeah, it almost looks turquoise.
I love that.
This was like almost reminds me that the pumpkin page I did. I mean, you can see once you wet it, it's this is more blue or this is more green. There's little variances, but
that's the thing. If you guys see a technique you like, but you don't have all the supplies,
some of this too. Maybe that's what changed the color, because this was on the leaves, so maybe it mixed and altered it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys see a technique that you like and don't have the supplies, just think out of the box. Go and see what you have and just start playing, and you end up finding so many different, you end up finding different ways to do stuff.
Oh, that's right, because it is a resist. You're right, Kathy. Thanks, Eileen. We do that. We always give credit.
Pastels can be a wrist too, so you can spray. Oh, yep.
I'm going to do a little darker just for dramatic reasons here, since we're just playing, and use it as a resist over the back, since I know it's going to.
And then you can spray and rub off.
Yeah, so let's do that.
That'll be fun.
Thanks, Kathy, for reminding me that.
I love when when we just go off and don't have anything planned out.
I was working on a Wanderlust class. And
were you? Good for you.
And I was doing that, and I was wanting to was just have something going in the background.
Uh-huh.
Because I had to keep pausing and working on stuff, because she works way faster than obviously I can. So I was like, well, I need something in the background. So I was going back and forth, and that's when I saw her thing. I was like,
okay, and I'll be looking for it.
that sounds interesting. So then I was like gravitated to trying it, and then I stopped working on my project.
A big rabbit trail.
Okay, so so I just dramatically hurried up, did that. Okay, so now let's do the other colors. Let's do I wish I had red. I could do the sprays. I have all the sprays. I need to order more oxide pads. That's just all there is to it. I have upper. Oh wait, I have spice marmalade. But I just use that. That's too orange. Burlap. Let's do Fiola. Let's try these. Let's do this. Let's try this yellow. Let's try the fossilized amber. Easy for me to get the lid off. All right.
See, now the thing is, I don't, because I haven't done echo papers and stuff like that. Like here, using the different distress oxides, it's not permanent. So if you're going to do stuff on
that's
top,
a good point. That's true. That's
where
true.
when you do the echo dyes and stuff like that, you're using a dye that goes into the fabric, goes into the paper, and I think I'll have to ask Rosemary. I think once that's on the paper, it's permanent. So that's one thing to keep in mind too. Whatever you're using, it's not necessarily going to be good to work over with other products.
That's true.
That
And the eco papers are permanent. That's a valid point. That's a huge difference. You need to keep that in mind versus like rosemary eco paper would be permanent.
Right. So that's another thing. I mean, and there's like Rosemary's. I love Rosemary's papers, but it's fun. I wanted to try to get this effect, but I did not want to do the boil. I have to admit. And I didn't have to buy anything. I had all this stuff. So
that's true.
So yeah, but look, I mean, like, just if you see something you like, just try it with different stuff. You never know what you might find something new, or you may be able to duplicate it. You never know.
Where's the red?
Yeah, if Eileen or Helen or any of the mods want to put up the link for the Defy auction, the Disabled Artists Foundation, she's doing an auction today that started at noon. Just a little pop-up. I'm not sure how long it's going to last. Let me see. I think I've got the link. Ooh, I've got these I'm going to try later. Those might be cool. Let's see.
That's fun with the resist. This is fun to do with. Oh, that's my alarm. Sorry. That's why I need 12:30. But this is fun to do actually, because I was thinking it was going to all consume the leaf, but actually, yeah, with doing the oil pastels, I can like keep layering. Oh, this is fun. Okay.
Okay, there's the link for the Defy auction if anyone's interested. Oh, look at all those colors on there.
Yeah, isn't that cool? And then you could tell there's still leaves just because you threw on, you did the veining on it. Because otherwise you would have lost that.
Okay, what did Judy say? Put matte medium on gel plate and use that to seal the leaf print. Thank you, Judy. That's a good idea.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you.
It is a great idea. If you don't want to use
that way, that way it's permanent. Love it.
Yep, and there's different stuff you can do with that if you've got that. I should try it with this the Tim Holtz Distress Collage Medium. Rub that on my jelly plate and then put one of these papers over it, and then that would give it even more patina. Vintage patina or whatever it's called. Ooh, that might be cool. I'm going to play with this. I'm going to try that with crinkled paper on top and then do a pull with it.
Actually, the technique we were going to do in that magazine, they crinkle up the tag and then they use the walnut crystals to,
Okay.
make it look aged.
Yes. And what I was going to do, because I don't have the crystals, but I do have walnut ink, I was going to spray.
Yeah, they did that, and they used the walnut crystals to stain some of the tags and the fabric and that, but too. Oh, that's
Okay, here's part 1 of the Halloween list. Ball and chain, bat, blackbird, raven, crow, black cat, black rose, boo eek scream, bride of Frankenstein, cauldron, candles, candy corn, casket, coffin, cemetery, graveyard. Cool. Kathy, you fix it faster and easier. Okay.
or
Part
spray
2.
picture. Yeah, like you even try the what do you call that? The one that's you can spray inside, whatever that
Oh
is.
yeah, the pixie spray or the Spectra spray or whatever.
That's it, Spectre spray.
Spectra spray. Okay, part 2. Creepy dolls, devil, pitchfork, Dracula, flying monkeys, Frankenstein, full moon, ghost school, grim reaper, haunted house, castle, hourglass, mass, mist, mummy, owl, pirate, poison, potion, bottle. So you guys want to do a play along next week? And we'll do I'll make sticks or cut out or do little papers, and we can do some work in our October journals. How does that sound? Unless we'll probably come up with 10 more things, so we'll see by next week.
With us, who knows? Who knows?
But that sounds fun.
We're always going and doing crazy stuff. I like to play, and I also like doing planned stuff too. Like I don't.
Oh yeah, I mean play. Yeah, I mean it's fun to do all of it, but I think we haven't done a play along in a while.
Okay, I don't like that. I'll try to wipe that back off real quick. Okay, I don't mind it on this side because this side kind of needed it, but the other side did not need it. Now it's 2 different effects this way, which is pretty awesome. So this one is just more of the spray, a couple different sprays with the vintage photo and there, the oxide sprays. And then this side, we did the lines through it and to resist it. And then I guess kept going back and forth and then covered it with the black. I went back and forth with marmalade, peeled paint, and vintage photo, and then added a smidge of this and a smidge of this. I really used like 5 different colors plus that just to give it that cool,
very cool
effect. So now both sides have totally different looks.
Gorgeous.
Isn't that cool? That was fun. And it's fun, I guess, when you're playing with a tag because it's like it's just less intimidating, I guess. So
it doesn't, it's not going to fall apart, so you can really stress it out and all that.
It's not on the page. It's obviously you can't run a book through a machine, but it's less intimidating, and you can just keep like that. I can go back in and remove a little bit and add a little bit. So. And we learned, you can rub the pastels over it. We learned a lot. I mean, just from my experiments, and then we found more of them today.
I know, it was fun. I love that dye.
I love the witchy leg dye.
I
think I found that at Tuesday mornings one time. I don't know when. At some point, I found that Tuesday mornings.
Yay, Kimberly.
So grab rice paper. Get your rice paper, embossing folders, your leaves out of your yard. Some Tim Holtz sprays and have some fun. And go watch the paper post too, because she also explains all that stuff.
Yeah, paper post. I need to write that down because I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, you can go over there and watch her video because that's what sparked all the play for me is her video. So there's the leaves we did with fabric, and then we did rice paper. Tag,
Well, and go watch Rosemary too for her
Yes.
her echo prints. I mean, that's
Yes.
that was my inspiration. There was her echo prints.
Yes. Definitely watch her echo prints too. So, and I think she did reveals recently. So
She did. She had some nice ones.
it's really, I think what I like about this one with all these different colors. I mean, obviously it's embossed, so it is 3D. But I mean, it just with all the different colors settling around the edges.
I love that. It just looks like it's aged, like
Yeah.
it's already starting to decompose.
Yeah, I like that there, if you look in there, like the colors settled in the edges, and then so everywhere I'm looking, it's just different.
I love that.
And I love this because it's very clean,
Uh-huh.
and I love this because there's all these different colors. You see patina, you see the red, you see yellow, and you're like, what am I looking at? They're like, there's 5 colors. It'd be hard to figure out that by looking. Yeah, so I don't know what everybody's favorites. I mean, I think yours is the bomb. But of this group, I don't know what everyone took away with it, but I can't wait to see what everyone else tries.
Yeah, post your pictures. Hashtag the scrap chick, hashtag hang out and art. I need to check. I didn't check this week because I was so busy with the tags. But don't any of your art projects. It doesn't have to just be it just doesn't have to be what we've been doing on the shows, on the streams. Just you can, if you want to put your art up there, so to share with everybody, because I know everybody likes seeing everybody's art in the group.
I do.
So,
I do.
yeah, so feel free. Just
Joy did played along and did the cute witch, the Halloween witch.
Yes.
Yeah, so good. It was so good.
Yeah, so go
Right,
post
I
your
will see you guys later. I'm gonna go get my hair colored. Cover up
Okay, Colleen, thank you so much. Sorry I was late today, guys, but thanks for coming. We'll see you, Colleen's, on Friday at 10.
Thanks, Helen. We'll talk about the fabric swap Friday.
Oh, the fabric swap.
I will get that. I will write everything down and get myself together.
Okay. All righty. Thanks, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. See you later.